Hey, babe, I'm going broke. But stay here. Wait for
No,
me.
you don't say that.
No, but
What the hell are you?
hold on. You have intuition, right? Intuition, you guys are smart. Wait a minute. Is he stopping giving me like what I want because he's going broke? And then you can start to get ideas in your head. You're like, what?
Or he could just answer
No, but he's not going to
himself.
say he's going broke. He's saying, hey, I'm traveling right now and I'm investing in a new company. So, like, give me this time and then, like, we're good. Like, I love you. I still appreciate you the same. Like, it's just that. Like, this is something
Yeah,
I'm
but
going
you
for.
guys
Not
also
I'm going
feel
broke forever.
that
Like,
the energy isn't there. It's not the same. You can feel that, right?
yeah, but she's going to feel that way regardless. And if he doesn't communicate that, you're going to start making up all these things in your head. Like, oh, he's somebody else.
Let's get into this part 2 of my first reaction of Fresh and Fit. I don't have much to say besides like the video, subscribe, and support me. I would really appreciate that. Comment if you want to comment anything. Other than that, let's just get right into it. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing more to say. Nothing more, nothing less.
27.
26.
How long have you been together?
We've been together for 2.5 years, but I just recently proposed.
What's one unspoken issue that keeps coming up between you two?
Mine is money. For me, it's just like I want stability in my life. We talk about kids, and in order for me to give children to the future father of my children, I need stability.
You don't feel like you have that stability with your fiance right now in this current moment, or?
No, and he can agree.
Yeah, so, anybody who's in the construction industry understands that, even if you're in the union, you go from job to job, things of that nature. And, with the economy and, the way that things are going, not everybody is, ready to start putting up skyscrapers. So all you iron workers out there, you understand that, it's a hard time.
Where do you want your man to be financially before, you let him shoot a club up for real?
I mean, I'm a nurse in New York, and I would have to at least be somewhat proportional to mine, but not really. It could be lower. I don't know.
So you're currently the breadwinner.
He's on and off, but I mean, I have the stability. Some weeks he can make more than me, but it's just like his is just sporadic and mine is stable.
What if you have the stability as a woman? Why not just use that to have the child? I mean, you are gonna marry him.
Because I will be the one that's pregnant when I'm...
Because she's selfish, and the money that she makes and that he makes, she wants to spend it on herself. Because the reality is, yes, it does take a lot of money to raise a child and to take care of children. Yes, it does. But if you strict yourself and discipline yourself, when it comes to money, you can make it work. It takes enough, but it doesn't take that much. If he works in construction and you're a nurse, I promise you're making enough. They're making enough to have children. There's no question about that. But would she be able to strict herself? I just had the word. Would she be able to restrict herself and put boundaries on the money she's willing to spend and put that towards the children? Probably not. So to me, she's giving very selfish. This is my opinion.
I'm the one pregnant for 9 months and then have to get paid time off from work. I'm not going to be making the same money as I am if you would be.
But you will be making enough. Like, yes, it will take away from what you can spend on. You're going to be going out less. You're not going to be able to afford everything that you're spending your money on. But if you're not willing to put that aside for your children and for your family, I'm afraid that you're never going to be a good mother. If you have that mindset. It does not matter. It does matter to a certain extent. Stability matters. But to me, if he's getting up and he's working 5 days a week at the least, you feel me? He's getting up and going to that job, he has stability. You know what I'm saying? If he's not stable in that sense, then why is he your fiance? I don't understand. But to me, it's giving enough. Because I'm just relating it also to me personally. I'm in it actively. You know what I'm saying? So
going to work, I would still need to feel like I'm supported.
As a man, do you want to be in a better position before you bring a kid in too, or are you just like, you know what, honey, we could do this shit right now for all I care?
Yeah, so I definitely want to do that shit for all I care, you know? Yeah, I want to have a kid. I definitely believe in, you know, figuring things out, which I have, you know, since I've been with this beautiful woman. Every single time that I needed to have money, stability or not, I always came up with it, and that's just the way I would do it with a child too, if it came down to
You
it.
trust that you would be able to provide for your family no matter what.
No matter what, as a man, that's your duty.
Because as long as you're getting up and going for it, I think that's the most important part. You have that drive. Somebody could have an amazing job, but if they're lazy about it and they don't have that drive, that's somebody that is more prone to losing that job, or whether it's a good job, you know what I'm saying? So he seems like he has that motivation, and now she says like, you know, he keeps losing jobs and he keeps quitting jobs, and you know, on to the next, on to the next. No, if he's stable in one job and he's getting up and he's going for it, then it's just you know, everything will work out the way it's supposed to work out. Some months are gonna be tighter than other months. That's normal. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it just seems like she's thinking selfishly. Like, you know, I'm, I'm not going to be able to afford this for myself, and da 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 da. Like, I feel like she's looking at a higher price range, which is not reality. If all you're thinking about is raising children, it's not that. It's not. It's more adding somebody in, especially a child, is definitely more money going. It's definitely more money coming out. But you can put boundaries on what you're spending on, and then it can equalize.
Provide no matter what.
How old are you?
Man, cheat on this
So
nigga, man.
whoever that guy is,
Yeah.
leave her right now.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll start
yeah.
here, and
I would
then
say I want to say that she's not cheating on him now, but she will eventually cheat on him with this mindset. Maybe she has cheated on him. Maybe they know more than me. I won't necessarily get the vibe that she's cheating right now, and she has. But with this, like I said, with this mindset, if he doesn't change something, and even if he does change something, she probably is gonna cheat on him anyway. She seems like a very selfish person.
one girl, one guy. So, what's your opinion on this video? Should he leave? Should he stay? Is she correct?
I mean, I feel like it's about their love for one, but like, cause you can make more money at different times. Like
She's
he
not
was
in love
saying
with
right
him.
there, he was broke when he first met his shorty. Now she's in a penthouse, so you know.
But her stats
But
number.
no, because she's like, yeah, because the money is important, and she wants to have a family. So I feel like if she's like either winning the money and y'all can't figure out how to put an investment together with both of y'all money that y'all have right now to create some other funding, then just go to find a smarter man. But because nobody wants to be like pregnant and struggling.
So, do you think she's gonna stay or leave this guy?
She can eventually leave as soon as the next bag comes.
Okay.
She saw those Ferraris and Lamborghinis in South Beach. And she said, I mean, first of all, she's in public just shitting on her man.
Right, that's the
Yeah,
thing too. I was like, wow, I'm surprised. She's in public and she's talking, and she's so willing to just lay his dirt out on the table in public on a public video. You know, to me that's shocking. To me that's shocking. That's like he said, she's shitting on his her man. She doesn't have respect for him. So it's not gonna last. Whether he wakes up and realizes and leaves, or she's just gonna leave.
Language is
Or
horrible.
is she gonna stay and be with someone in the back?
You know, she's playing her man in front of the world.
Yeah, that's
So if
crazy.
you have a problem with your man and he's making money, you can speak in private, you can motivate him. You know, does he want to make more money? Maybe he likes being an iron worker. You know, maybe he needs to find a woman
Right, it's a
who's okay with
passion.
that. You know, if he wants to make more money, then yeah, he's got to start hustling and grinding. You know, not every woman is a gold digger, but they are attracted to success.
Yeah.
They're attracted to high value men, you know, who are motivated and getting things done. So, you know, you can't blame her, but the way it was tacky the way she handled it in front of
Right.
everyone.
Good
I
point.
agree.
I just wanted to raise a
I
point.
agree.
Say they had, think about this hypothetically. He doesn't have a stable job. He could retrain into something else. But say, for example, they have a child, she dies, that income goes, and he's only working on and off.
Yeah.
How's that child going to survive? How's he going to sustain the child, pay rent, put the child through school.
See, but I don't like this when I keep talking hypothetically. Hypothetically is like, the reality is, if he was put in anybody actually, if anybody's put in a situation that they didn't see coming, it's gonna be a wake up call, either to the person that they truly are, or they're gonna be forced to get on their feet and do and you know what I mean. I didn't hear her saying that she's on and off. He's on and off. It just might be the field that he's in specifically. Some projects make more money than other projects. Like, that's a huge difference. If he is 1 week he's working 6 days, the next week he's working 2 days, that's horrible. But if he's working, like I said, consistently at least 5 days a week, but this project brought in more money than that project, that he's still grinding. You know what I mean? And that to me is stability. Now, so she never said that. She never said the days that he was working or anything. He just said that the money coming in is not stable. It's not the same. All right, and stop talking about this hypothetical shit. It's not reality. Let's talk about really what's going on. And then, God forbid, something horrible happens, and if that situation happens, God forbid, we will work it out when that time comes. If that time comes, you know what I mean. Stop talking about this hypothetical. This is the main reason why so many of these women are delusional, because they're thinking in ways that it's not reality. It's not reality. Stop thinking emotionally and think reality.
School dinners, put clothes on the child's back if you can't even work.
I'm guilty of it too. But especially since watching Fresh and Fit, you know what I mean. This is why I continue to watch it, and it's something I watch like kind of religiously, daily. It's taught me a lot about myself, about the way the world is, the way dating is, the way it changed the way I looked at my man. I've gained so much more respect from my man watching these videos. Like, it's just stop being delulu. Stop thinking hypothetically. Really, what's going on? Look in front of you. Really, what's going on?
I work a stable job. So really, in my head, I'm thinking, I come from a 2-parent household, and my parents are always 50-50. So it's like, my mum is my mum, my dad is my dad. I have a very equal relationship with both of them. If my mum was to die, I'd have my dad, and everything would be sustained, vice versa. Mm-hmm. If you're going to bring children into the world, you both need, in my opinion, to be able to maintain that child independently if one of you were to die. So it's not acceptable for a man or a woman to be having a child in this day and age, and neither of you are working a stable job or have a stable income. That doesn't make sense.
Understandable. You want to respond to that?
No, it was her body language and the way she was just playing him.
Yeah, she shouldn't have said it in public. But if we're talking about this as a social issue in general, I agree. You shouldn't bring that up in public. But as a social issue, you should have a stable job, man and woman, if you're going to be raising a child. Because as I said, if someone dies or someone gets sick, how is that child going to live and be sustained?
Life insurance.
Yeah, right. I was going to say, if God forbid that happens to the child, God forbid somebody dies, there will be a finance in there that wasn't there before, that will step in, you know what I mean? That is reality. So, but it's like, why are you thinking about that? Like, that's something to think about, but at the same time, it's not something. You're kind of creating a problem that doesn't need to be there. He's aware. I don't know. It says a lot about a man when the child is actually there. You know what I'm saying? And it's just something you can never prepare too much. You can never be fully prepared for a child, ever. I promise you that. And the biggest way is emotionally. You cannot be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, now.
The last thing that they're worried about, the people in the video, is the money, because the way that she's treating him, that's the bigger problem. She's gonna end up leaving him anyway, because to me, there's no respect there. she does not respect him as a man, as her man, engaged. Like what the? That's crazy.
Let's be for real.
That is a pressing issue because she's
Just
gonna
say,
worry
let's
about
be for real, let's be
security,
for real then.
and
You're
that's
not
gonna be on her
talking
mind
about for real.
constantly.
You're talking
So I
about
get
the
that
movie.
part. My issue, like you said before, is how she handled it, how she said it. Now, granted though, that is a valid reason because she doesn't know what's gonna happen tomorrow or the following
Right.
month or the following
She could
year.
die during childbirth, and then the child is fucked.
Yeah. So I understand her plight. Here's the issue though. That's her man.
That shouldn't have been said in
That's
public.
her man. So regardless of the facts, how you feel, saying on camera is wild.
She could have said it different.
So
She
so
doesn't
that,
respect him.
so that,
She
so
could've said
that
it
means there's no respect
She
there.
don't respect him
Yeah.
because he doesn't. He's not like bringing in the bacon consistently. So that means that she's probably like caring, and she's a pretty girl. So it's like as a woman, when you're like financially taking care of yourself and you're doing everything, and then you do love a guy, and you're telling him like at home, I need you to help out a little bit, and he doesn't like raise the vibration to match it, you're gonna lose a little bit of respect for your woman because she's asking you. She probably had that conversation before that. So
So
that probably stuff. That conversation was probably just a little validation. Like, I'm glad this man asked me this outside.
Anyone else want to chime in?
Well, I would just say that it comes back to compatibility. Like, you should have had this conversation a long time ago. Why is this your partner? You guys have made it official and public, and you haven't been happy. So I think there should have been a lot of there was a lot of exit ramps. What is he showing? Is he ambitious? Can he show up? I'm getting to know you, and he's getting to know her. There should have been a lot of times she disrespected him before. You know what I'm saying? So they both had exit ramps. We're not compatible. If I want to be an iron worker, I'm gonna find someone who wants to be the iron worker. And if she wants money, be honest. I want money, man. Bring me money.
I feel like it shouldn't have been said in public, no matter how you feel about it. Obviously she's with him for another reason, And honestly, I feel like there are some men and women that take care of their partner, and the respect level goes down, so they kind of look down on their partner because they're the breadwinners. Do you understand?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So I'll make a statement. You guys respond to it how you want to respond to it. So for a woman, I would say for a man, from a woman's point of view, a man's woman is as good as what she wants. So let me explain. If a woman wants security and provision, if you can't do that, she's gonna leave. If she wants emotional support, you can't do that, she's gonna leave. So my stance is, a man's woman is good at what she wants from a guy if you can actually do it. What do you say to that? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So I agree to disagree.
So that means if a man is giving you something right now and he stops at any point in time, you're gonna leave.
Not immediately, but yeah.
Okay, but you're gonna leave at some point,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
because you're not fulfilling
But
the
is that
standard
not the
that
same?
you got with him on. So now you're lacking in something. So it's
If
like that wasn't
you
what I agreed to.
if you, as you said, emotionally, yeah, if you started off being like really kind and lovey-dovey and stuff, and you started whooping my ass, and you started whooping my ass every Tuesday, I'm gonna leave.
Something's changed. Expectations have changed.
But let me hold on. From a man's point of view now, if you change, he won't leave.
Oh, yes, he would.
He be cheating.
Yes, he would leave.
I feel like if you're with someone that you're actually serious with, you would actually try to see it through in a way. Why they changed, why they acting that way, what's causing. A lot of people go through things mentally that they probably don't tell their partner. So
Okay,
a
so
lot of things change.
There's a reason.
There's always a reason why.
There's a reason women get over men faster than men get over women.
Do you think so? For
And
real?
I'll tell you why. Because for hundreds, thousands of years, men protected and provided for women.
Yeah.
And what would happen? Men would leave, go hunt, go war. They would die. Immediately, a woman needed a new protector and provider. Right. So you can't change thousands of years of wiring in 100 years. So women are still craving protection and providing, and with modern day society, it's not easy.
What do you think men crave from women? So what are we offering in return? Why are they pursuing
So
women
actually-
and not other men?
Actually, I'm gonna get to that, but real quick. So let's play a game real quick, right? So let's say I want you to tell me a situation where a man will leave a woman, for example, doing what she doesn't like. So sorry, what he doesn't like.
What he doesn't
Yeah.
like. I feel like
Merch.
lack of sex, lack of pleasure. A lot of men do go seek somewhere else to go get what they want.
So
You
you're
know what I'm saying?
if he has no sex, he'll leave.
Yeah. If he doesn't get what he wants, he's going to leave. He's going to go find it somewhere else.
Just like
Hold on, no. I said, but leave the relationship.
Yeah, like he'll leave. Yeah.
No, he
But
might cheat and
he
stay.
might cheat and stay. They like,
Because I want to see what percentage of men leave. Because I know plenty of guys out there that are with a woman right now that gets no sex but still married to her.
But there's a lot of
He's
people
still married, but he's gonna cheat on you.
But
Literally,
hold on,
you can stay.
my
It's
point
a
is,
flex.
he didn't leave.
Yeah.
That's my point. So
But when you leave and don't hurt the men.
what's another one? Another one. I'm waiting. I got all time today.
It's one of those questions that's kind of hard. Because you
Okay.
guys don't leave,
Okay,
but you
hold
guys
on.
step out.
One more for it. Give me one example where a guy will leave.
And you know what? I'm not even gonna lie to you, Fresh. I actually agree, but it's like
Bollocks.
no, I'm not saying what you said is bollocks. No, I agree with you because they're not gonna like just get up and be like, okay,
Yeah.
fuck you, I'm out of there. But they're gonna cheat on you, and they're basically gonna like breadcrumb you out until you decide to
leave.
leave.
Guys do start leaving though over jealousy. Like that's when they leave. Like they start
No,
getting
it's not
jealous
beating
about
them
another
for the time,
man around. Like you don't even have to do something with another man. And when a guy gets jealous, that's when they decide to leave. I realize.
Okay,
that.
so we got stats here, right?
It's ego.
So from a sexless marriage, 80% of men do not leave.
Yeah,
Leave
they're
it
fucking
alone.
someone else.
Did
anyway.
ChatGPT tell you that?
100%. It's on point. So my question to you is, right? If it was flipped on the other side, and let's say, not really like sex, let's say paying the bills, you're gonna leave at some point, either
I
that
would
week
leave.
or that month or the following days. For a guy, he'll stay, figure out, you know what, this is my girl, I won't leave her, I'll just get what I need on the side and come back.
Yeah, that's what
So
they
isn't
do.
that honorable? Compared to just leaving right away versus me, you know what, this is
Okay.
my girl, I'm gonna stay.
Can females do the same?
I'm gonna look at it from
You
your
don't want to do the same.
I'm gonna look at it from your perspective because both ways can be both ways can be shitty.
Yeah.
For me, I'm not gonna lie. When I don't like something, like I just pack my shit up and I go. I don't even tell them that I'm going. It's just like you'll come back and then all my stuff is gone and like a duppy. I'm just like
Like a duppy.
A duppy.
Bomba
Like, you know, oh my gosh, did this girl get kidnapped or what? Like she just disappeared off the face of the earth. That's my thing. It's not very good. But cheating on someone and like having a double life is also not good.
Thank
They're
you.
both not good.
Hold that thought real quick. Diglets! Shout out to you, brother. Again, he donated 50 subs. Shout out to you, Diglets. We are 450 away from bringing Myron on the show. Okay, so I get what you're saying, and that's your way of getting out the scenario scot-free. Understandable. What about you? So the question is basically, one thing a man will leave a woman for in a relationship. Like walk away completely.
Laziness. And she's just a distraction, not motivation to him anymore. That's like a holdback. You should definitely leave somebody for that.
I would argue that they should, but they don't still. It's harder to leave.
Men are dumb. Why would you be wasting your time with somebody that's a
It's
holdback?
250, by the way.
What?
250
Oh my!
subs. No,
Hold on.
no, but it's like 6250 right now.
You what? Okay, so we're halfway there.
Yeah.
Douglas, I love you, brother. Appreciate you, man. So, you're saying if the woman's lazy, he'll probably leave at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I'd argue maybe not that much, but okay.
Unless he's lazy too, because a motivated man doesn't want to be with a lazy woman.
That's valid. No. What about you?
Disrespect or abuse, I think.
That's when they say
So if the woman's hitting him?
Yeah.
That's gonna make him stay.
Yeah.
He not gonna leave.
Toxic, man. You're toxic, hell.
I'm not about that toxic energy, but I think that if a woman is disrespecting or abusing a man, number one, he's gonna not feel masculine, and he won't feel masculine, and it's gonna
Disrespect is number one.
totally put him down. I mean, who wouldn't want to walk away?
Okay, so let's do a recap with the guys real quick.
Yeah.
So they mentioned 4 things here that a guy will leave a girl for in a relationship, right? So she mentioned before,
Lack of sex.
lack of sex. If your girl said to you, babe, I don't want sex right now, I'm just like not into it, would you leave?
Well, it depends how much I'm getting it.
And how long is not
Oh.
right now?
Okay, you know what? You know
okay,
what?
this
Hold on.
changed.
Let's say it's been 3 weeks. Nothing.
No.
God bless Bless you.
I don't think I'd leave, but I feel like a bit like what the fuck's going on?
2
you know?
years.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
hold on.
What's interesting is not one of them said cheating.
I don't think her man would
That's
Yeah.
so
cheating
Yeah.
though.
Because cheating is a form of disrespect.
Yeah.
Don't get mad, Thor. They gotta figure this out, man. Okay,
No.
so your girl says no sex for like a month. What would you do?
I mean, I think for most guys, if they're female, if they're woman, if their wife, their girlfriend is holding out on them and keep it, just leave. You know, because now she's playing games with her. You know.
They should, but let's be honest, most men don't leave though.
Yeah, because why isn't she giving it up though? Like, is it you? Or is it really her?
That's a great point too.
The
A
funny
lot of
part
guys.
is either it could be. I mean, it could be a number of reasons, but like I would argue that it's mainly because the guy himself isn't who he said he was gonna be, and she lost interest.
Now she's not getting wet no more.
Or she's like, well, I'm bored, so fuck it.
It could be a few things, right? It's you got to go back to the health issues. A lot of people are low testosterone, low sex drive, especially as they get older. But a lot of men go into cruise control, autopilot, and they stop building attraction. They stop playing the game.
Yes.
You know, they stop teasing. They stop doing everything that they did in the beginning.
They stop.
They stop to do it, and then women will subconsciously try to tame their man. They'll shit test their man. They'll try to control their man.
Good point.
And a lot of men will say, "Oh, I just got to do what she says," right? And little do they know that she'll start to resent the man because now she's being the leader.
Yep.
So it's like it's backwards. Up is down is up, and then next thing you know, the woman will say, "I don't love him anymore, and I just don't know why."
Ladies, what's worse? A man that you meet giving you the world at the beginning, and then let's say 3 months in he says, "I got her now. I'm good. I'm gonna lay off." Or a man that cheats. What's worse?
Well,
Hold on, I know. What's worse?
I'm gonna say something that might get hate. All right. I might get hate, but it's like at the same time, if you don't like what I'm saying and you're with a man and you don't agree with it, then you might be with the wrong man. All right. Now, apart from the time of the month, I can't even tell you how many times that I was not in the mood for anything sexual with my man. And first of all, I'm also going to say this. Majority of the time, I don't approach my man for anything. He approaches me. And I do that kind of on purpose. Majority of the time. There might be like a 5% that I do it. But if he approaches me for anything like that, 9 times out of 10, if not like 9.8% of the time, I give it to him. And majority of the time, actually, I like, it's not like in my mind like, oh, I have to do it. It's like once he's giving me that energy, I feel the energy and it makes me want to give it to him. You know what I mean? Because we have a certain connection together. Because he can easily turn me on. Like, I could be totally in this different mindset, and if he approaches me in some type of way, in the way that he does, it turns me on, and I'm ready to go for him. You know what I mean? So, I feel like if you can't get turned on easily by your man, you might be with the wrong man. That might be a red flag. Because if you turn him down and you turn him down and you turn him down, well, he's going to stop approaching you about it. He's just going to go look for somewhere else. He's going to look for somebody who wants to give it to him. Because he wants to feel, he wants to give it. You know, he wants to feel the pleasure. You know what I mean? And if he initially was coming to you, I'm not condoning cheating. But if you're turning him down and you're turning him down and you're turning him down, and there's not really a good reason behind it, yeah, he's probably going to go and go look somewhere else. But if, like I said, apart from anything related to time of the month or birth or pregnancy, apart from those natural things that the man should be able to comprehend, if he asks for it, you give it to him. And like I said, if he's asking for it and you just don't, you don't really have a reason not to give it to him, and you just really don't want it when you turn him down, that's a red flag. Not just for him, but looking from outside. Why do you not want to have intercourse? Why do you not want to why do you not want to feel that connection with your partner?
We'll start here with Miss California.
Oh my gosh.
What's worse, man that cheats,
Oh my gosh.
or man that's giving you the world and then stops 3 months in?
They're both something I wouldn't personally deal with. I understand male's biology with the cheating, so I would say that I would excuse, and I couldn't deal with someone who's giving me everything and then just go like ghost. Like, but I'm not tolerating either. But
Got
I
it.
understand cheating would be okay.
The greater evil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Versus the other way.
Got
yeah.
it.
I would like totally prefer cheating. I would totally prefer like a cheater and someone who then we could have a conversation. How do we get your needs met moving forward, and can we fix this?
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's just like I gotta see why he's not giving it to me no more. Cause like, did I do something crazy that made him mad, or like, is it he's going through financial troubles? Like, what is it? Cause he might have I've had that. I've had guys that give you the world, and they might have a little one too. They might gotta pay some lawyer fees or something, take a little break, and I don't know. Just don't cheat on me, because I'm gonna be tight. I can't do the cheating. So just give me the world, take it back, and then we'll figure out how to get the world back.
So you would rather him cheat?
No. I said I can't do the cheating. He has, like, if he gives me the world in the beginning, that means that he liked something and was something. He was love bombing. Like, but if he stopped, it could be for a number of reasons. So I'm more interested in seeing why he stopped and how we can get back to that place that we were.
Cool. So same against them.
I don't know what they're talking about.
They chose.
I thought she said cheating.
No, sorry, no. So you're
I
opposite.
chose something
You're
different.
opposite.
Yeah.
What?
Has to give you the world and be with you at the same time only?
What the hell? Why would he be cheating if he's giving me the world?
He
That
wants
wasn't the
pussy.
option.
Like, he's giving you the world, so you good, you safe, you comfortable.
That wasn't the question.
I know, but I'm just saying, I'm just reading into it right now because you said the man has to give you the world and be with you, only you.
Absolutely. I'm not tolerating cheating at all. Why would you cheat on me? I'm a great person.
For new pussy. I mean,
just have her forever. You can keep that pussy.
I mean,
you ain't gotta come back for me.
Okay, what about you?
That's how I feel.
What's worse, man that cheats or man that gives you
Like, you
the
can
world
cheat
through?
on me, but if I find out, God forbid I find out, I mean, not God forbid, but if I find out, I'm not fighting over no man. You can have him. You want her, you wanted her, you can go for her. Like, I'm gonna leave. I don't know. I can't. Emotionally, I can't do that, especially if I love you. I can't. It's hard enough for me to even process the fact that you were with other women before you even knew me. Like, nah. Mind you, I won't go crazy. I won't do no crazy thing. Just if I find out, it's like, all right, I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm out. I'd probably do the whole, like, just ghost you, disappear on you. You know what you did. I'm not fighting for you. I have no reason to do that. So just, you do what you decided to do. You stick to that, and I'm out.
3 months in and then stops.
I would say what's worse is the man who gives you the world and stops, because that shows that his character, like, he's switching up, he's someone that you can't trust, and he's not reliable, and that's not something that I look for in a man, so that's worse.
Okay. The question is, what do you prefer, a man that cheats or a man that gives you the world 3 months in and then stops? Keep it real.
A world 3 months in and stops, because then I'm taking the world and I'm
At least I got something.
I'm running off with the world.
So that's worse.
No, that's better.
That's better.
Yeah, to have the world and then he can leave. Cheating is worse. Then I'm all broken up and discombobulated.
What about you?
Fuck the cheater. I don't want the cheater. And listen, if we want to play them games, yeah.
Cheating is a low blow, bro. Especially if you know that girl loves you. You are breaking her if you cheat on her, and she knows. It does not matter how much money you have. It does not matter, because for me, to be honest, for me, the only way a woman can really be okay with that is if you're you're not making her feel like you're cheating. You do it so low key that she doesn't even feel it, or she has somebody on the side too, who's love bombing her while you're out doing your business. Because I don't think there's not a lot of women in this world that if they love you, they will be okay with you cheating. I just don't think that's reality. I just don't think that's reality. So I think like if you're in this mindset, this is one thing about this whole like the Fresh and Fit podcast is that's a big thing, right? If he has money, if he's the 1%, then it's only right for him to be open on his side. You know what I mean? And he can do whatever he wants. And I just think that you're gonna live this life. I just think it's weird for a woman to be okay with that. I feel like there's something else there. If she's really alright with that and she sticks by your side, I think there's something hidden inside of her that you don't know. Or something else is going on with her that you don't know. Or you're doing it a certain way that she kind of just doesn't know about it, but she knows about it. You know what I mean?
I cheat back, so you better believe this. You better believe 4, but you better believe that it's down to 1.
I don't believe in you cheat, I cheat, but I do believe in like if I catch you cheating, I'm out, and I have the free will to start a new life without you. I don't believe cheat for cheat, but
what's the body again?
4.
I thought it was 6.
Well, you need to go replay back that chat
20 minutes ago.
Hey, I was testing you. I was testing you.
Said it
I
twice.
was testing you.
Okay, Diglets, you gotta stop, bro. How much you give already? Holy.
But yeah.
Okay. No, Fresh, no, you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, same?
I would say the cheating is worse.
Cheating's worse? Why?
Yeah. Because I wouldn't want to deal with a cheater. I feel like when a man cheats on a female, it could kind of alter a lot of their thinking and self-confidence and things like that, because it depends on a female, and nobody wants to deal with a cheater anyway. I would rather figure out the whole world thing, give me the world and then stopping, or just say fuck it and just,
Okay, now fellas, real quick. So I get that scenario there where if a guy's cheating or a guy's giving the world and stops. In your case, why would you ever stop giving your girl the world?
Business. I actually had to for a second, and it sucked, and I didn't like it either. Like, I had to stop, like, not really communicating. I would text her every single day, but it wasn't as often. It wasn't, like, every, like, couple hours. It was, like, once a day. And that's because I was in a different country. I literally went from Albuquerque, New Mexico to Dubai, and I had no money, and I had to make it work. So I couldn't really focus all of my attention on her, and I had to put it all into the business, or I was going to be fucked. Okay. But the main thing I had in my mind, at the entirety of me doing this, was her. Maybe she didn't feel as appreciated during this period of time, and she understands this now, but it definitely did benefit her in the long run. Right. Because I was able to literally get her out of the job. She's living with me full time. She doesn't have to fucking worry about food, rent.
But why didn't you communicate that? Like, that'd be the thing. Like, if the men don't communicate, like, if you give her into the world and you stop, and then now you're, like, kind of slowing up on your messages, it's okay. Women, I'm pretty sure every woman at this table would be okay with that. But, like, you have to communicate that. And the issue is, a lot of men don't be communicating.
Let me stop you there.
No.
How old is he?
He's 20.
At 20 years old, right? Let's be honest here. Most girls, like you said, can handle certain things, but some can't. So why take the chance to say, you know what?
You think you can handle it if he communicated, but that's not true. That's not true. You will not be able to handle that either way. Yes, communication matters. I think communication matters the most. If you are together in the house, I think that's where the communication matters the most. If you are living in the same house and you're married or you're engaged and there's barely any communication, it's like you guys are roommates, that's a big problem. But if he's out and for the most part you can think, unless you start going crazy, he's at work, he's grinding for him, for us, for our family, you can kind of turn it off. But when he gets home, how does the relationship work? I feel like that's more important than when he's out and he's taking care of business. But if you're home and y'all don't talk about anything going on, you don't talk about the future, you don't talk about goals, dreams, and all this stuff, then it's like that's where I think the problem lies. Because he can only communicate so much really what's going on, you know what I mean? And he can communicate all he wants, but do you understand? And can you drag out that understanding? Maybe you understand, you know, right now because you just had a meal and you're well rested, but when you're hungry and you're tired and you've been talking to your girl and your girl is getting this and this and that and all this special treatment, and you start comparing, can you still hold that communication that he had with you? Or are you gonna start, oh, you're like, I can't do this, I thought I could do this, you know?
Hey babe, I'm going broke, but stay here. Wait for me.
You don't say that.
No, but
what the hell?
You guys, hold on. You have intuition, right? Intuition. You guys are smart. Wait a minute. Is he stopping giving me like what I want because he's going broke? And then you can start getting ideas in your head. You're like, what?
Or he can just answer
No, but he's not going to say he's going broke. He's saying, hey, I'm traveling right now and I'm investing in a new company. So, like, give me this time and then, like, we're good. Like, I love you. I still appreciate you the same. Like, it's just that. Like, if this is something.
Yeah, but you guys also feel that like, the energy isn't there. It's not the same. You can feel that, right?
Yeah, but she's going to feel that way regardless. And if he doesn't communicate that, you're going to start making up all these things in your head. Like, oh, he's somebody else. He's got someone else. Oh, yeah, he lost his job.
You're going to do that anyway. If he's in a whole different, if he's far away, you're gonna think that shit anyway. Especially if you love him. What if he's lying? What if he didn't tell me the truth? What if he said he was going here, but he's really going there? What if he says he's with him, but he's really with her? Like, shit, if you want to be crazy, you're gonna be crazy. It don't matter how he communicates or how much he communicates to you. You gotta trust him.
Like you're gonna think so much stuff, which is way, way worse than you just.
Communication is key. Definitely.
I think that guys get embarrassed. I can't talk for you guys, but I can speak from my ex. Like when he was ever going for a situation, when he was ever going for a situation, like he used to go quiet. I think he used to get embarrassed, and I just never used to ask him. But then when he got his shit back together, things were great. But I just mind my business and
I think for a guy telling you every single thing, especially when it's like that, isn't good because at some point I get what you're saying. Some people can handle it, but some people can't handle it. What are you saying there?
A lot of guys mess up giving the world from the get-go. You should start with a little town. Start with a little
Don't tell him that.
Start with a little town.
What
are you going to build up to? If I give you the world, right away,
sustainability.
What do I have to give you, a galaxy?
The whole planet.
Start with a little town. Start with a city. You can build up to the world. You know, build up to the world.
But your story's cool though because like you focus on what was important.
Yeah.
And listen, you could have lost her, bro, but you made it back, and now you're here today, bro. So good shit.
Thank you, bro.
At 20, that's fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Thor, let's say you're giving the girl. Well, you wouldn't give her the world probably because from your answer, but let's say you were giving the world. Why would you stop 3 months in?
If you didn't like her, if you didn't like her anymore.
Okay.
Or if you're going through some, financial troubles or some emotional troubles, but whoever just said it, don't reveal everything, right? Your girl is not your mother.
Facts.
And if you start telling your girl that you're going through this and that, she's going to start to look at it like, oh, so you need my help? Keep it to yourself, get through it, and carry on.
Good shit. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, you could tell her stuff, but like,
not everything.
Hold on, maybe you can handle it.
Because it's scary.
But hold on, you never know. For example, let's say, right, I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm making like $400K a month. Shit, COVID comes. I'm making maybe like $20K a month. I got all these bills I got to cover. And I'm like, baby, we're going to Dubai. We're going to Cancun next week. Fuck, we can't go nowhere now. And I say to you, well, you know what? I'm going to go do this investment company over here in, I don't know, Africa. And give me some time. It could take a week, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Either way, I'm fucked. But now I'm telling you this, you're like, okay, he's good. He'll be done soon.
Yeah.
So whatever I tell you, it's still fucked. Versus, I figure shit out. Babe, we're going to Dubai tomorrow.
Yo,
You get it?
Sorry, go ahead.
So, what, Chris?
We got 150 gifted subs from 3 dicklets, man.
Let's fucking go. All right. Bring Myron in.
I mean, it's did we hit it?
We're basically there, right? So, I get your point of view as well, but for a guy, you call it ego, whatever, but it just like, it's not a good place to be to tell your girl, like, this happening. If that makes sense.
I agree.
I kind of disagree to
Mhm.
agree, I guess.
Sure.
It depends on the bond you have with your partner, honestly, because communication is key, and you never know, like, you fell off today, but maybe we can figure something out, and I can somehow...
Maybe she got that stash.
Maybe, like, you never know. You never know how your partner can help you, how she might have connections, she might do something that can actually help you. Like,
That's partnership.
It's partnership. I feel like...
But hold on. How long are we talking, though? A year, 2 years, 3 years?
For what?
For me to tell you this. Like, how long are we talking?
Like, being together to tell me?
For example, there's an issue where, like, I can't do what I gotta do anymore. Is it a year in, 2 years? Because if
it doesn't. I feel like depending on how.
I mean, with my man, we communicate every single day. I don't know. Like, every single day, like, you know, not much happens because it's like, you know, with him specifically, I mean, like I've said, I'm a stay-at-home mom right now, so my day kind of looks the same every day. But with him, it's kind of the same for him too. But if anything happens at work, he will let me know. You know, I mean, me specifically, I used to work where he works too, so I kind of know the environment. I know most of the people. I know what the job entails, right? So I can say to him, like, hey, like, was it, like, what kind of day? Was it, like, a normal day, or, like, did something crazy happen? And then he'll, like, you know, I feel like there shouldn't be that space where it's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's like, wait, how did we get from there to there? Like, what happened? Because I feel like I know every single piece for the most part. I'm not in his business, but I care enough to ask, right? And I feel like as a man that, you know, he trusts me and he feels like he can come to me and I will support him, he's able to tell me, you know, for the most part.
Serious you are with someone. I know when you're serious about someone, things like that shouldn't just go like, oh, let me go find someone else because you fell off.
You just said earlier, ask question, if your man stopped doing something for you that you wanted him to do, would you leave? You said yes.
No, I didn't. I said possibly. It depends on what it is.
Play the clip, man.
I said possibly.
You said you would leave.
Yes, depending on what it is.
You all said you would leave. I asked
it had nothing to do with money, though. Yeah, right. It has nothing money-wise. No.
Yeah, I didn't know you meant, like, in terms of, like, money. I didn't know. I thought we were talking about something else. Of course, if your partner has the world and they have a lot of money and they lose it all, I believe you should stick by your man's side and believe that he's going to step up and make things happen. That's why
you asked the wrong way. You asked the question wrong.
If you treat me, if I'm getting treated like a queen, no.
You said the word that take it away. That could mean a lot of things.
Is this the one that was cheating?
That's what it means.
Get the subs, ladies.
He said, give you the world and then stop.
I just think that you mentioned before that if things weren't going a certain way, you will leave. And that's fine because you're women. I get it. But in this case, he was right. He figured it out, text her every day, and then, boom, it's finished. Back to normal. And now they're together. Happily ever after.
Did you communicate that with her, though, that you had to do certain things and, you know, you wouldn't...
It was like one text a day, and that was because I was so busy.
Yeah, but did she know that? Like, you were busy, you had stuff to do?
She knew I was busy, but she didn't really understand what I was doing fully.
That's
the
the point.
She still was there, and she
right.
still
But
was,
did she have, like, certain expectations and stuff?
Now?
Like then,
like
though,
now,
I'm saying then does she have them like because my whole thing is if someone gives you the world, it's about the consistency. If he's being consistent and doing something, when you stop doing it, that's like a red. That's a loss. It's gonna bring. I'm gonna start trying to figure it out, like what's going on. So you don't gotta tell your woman everything.
I gave her as much as I could in the beginning because I had nothing, and then I gave her everything. So I'd say, yeah, like it was. I'd say a lot more than just consistent. Like it was there. It was off for a little bit, but now it's back. And it's like there's seasons in life for this type of stuff, you know. Like I'm gonna probably have to lock back in on this again for another 6 months and just work and just be not communicating with anybody besides, but you know, my business partners or my employees. And she understands that now. because she understands like that's my purpose.
I mean, she don't even gotta work. She shouldn't be complaining about anything. But just chilling, like chilling at the crib while you're out of town. Like
She shouldn't.
she's a little girl. She should be
women do
chilling.
though.
As a man, you got to put your mission first and your woman second, because otherwise you'll lose both of them.
Yeah.
If you make,
Dude.
if you make,
100%.
if you make your woman your mission, she's gonna resent you.
Mm-hmm.
You need purpose.
Mission
You
first,
need a purpose.
and then you'll have both.
Yeah.
And then last one.
Especially men. I don't say everyone needs a purpose. Everybody does need a purpose. But it's definitely more significant for a man to have a purpose.
For you, brother, if you were giving a girl the world at the beginning, 3 months in, you stop, why would you stop?
I think it'd be financially, but if it was a really bad situation, I wouldn't tell them everything. Tell them a little bit, just so they kind of get the gist, right? Because if you tell them everything, I feel like they're just gonna worry, or they might get second thoughts and whatnot. It's like
It's gonna add more stress onto your
yeah,
life.
exactly,
If you tell
that
your
too, and then it might cause arguments and whatnot. It's like give them a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
a little song.
Be honest. I think that's good, but if you give them everything, I think it's like it could just get really bad. It's very quick. So yeah.
Good stuff. All right, we have some goal.
Yeah, man. Yo,
we made it happen.
Yo, holy shit.
Diglets.
Yo, guys really got me out here, man. Y'all hate fresh that much.
Let's go.
Okay. Goddamn, this nigga Diglets was like, yo, get this nigga out of here.
I love Diglets, bro. I love him.
I was taking some notes in the other room as I was listening in. I want to ask the gentleman here.
Yeah.
Of the girls, now you guys have been able to speak to them quite a bit. Who is the most likely to get into a long-term relationship, and who is the least likely to get into a long-term relationship? And then you can go ahead and stack them from an order of 1 to 6. So we'll start with whoever wants to go first.
I love you.
Help us out, guys. Give it to us raw. So least likely to most likely, and then number
Do
of.
I agree with everything Myron says? No. Do I respect everything that Myron says, like where he comes from? Absolutely. I respect who Myron is completely as a person.
Who's 1 to 6? Who is the most to getting a long-term relationship with a guy?
So first least likely, then most likely?
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can work it from most likely to least, however you want to do it.
Least likely is you. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Really?
Wait, hold on one sec. Hold on one second.
My bad.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
Well, this is okay. Girls.
So you go through it one more time.
Yeah,
So
6.
Miss Colorado, right?
Yeah.
Is number 6? Okay.
There's 7 girls though.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
7.
so 7 girls.
Seven
Okay,
girls.
so she's number
Yeah.
7. Okay.
Yeah, 7, 6.
Okay.
I believe you said 5.
California?
Yeah.
Okay.
4.
4 is England?
England.
Okay.
3.
Who's 3?
3 is right here.
Okay, New Jersey.
My bad. 2. And 1.
I think.
Who is 2?
I think
2 is here. No, I already counted up right here.
Okay, 2. Okay. 2 is.
And then 1.
Stunner.
Yeah, okay. And then 1 is the one that left her boyfriend? Yeah, I was taking notes on you guys in the back. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay, and then what would you say, Thor?
Most likely to stay.
Yeah, most likely to get a long-term relationship.
1.
Yeah.
She made a few comments
Okay.
about that. 2.
Okay, hold on real quick. So 1 for her. Who's 2?
2 right here. Forgetting everyone's
Stunner
names.
girl. Okay.
Yeah. Then we'll go 3, Cali.
Okay.
Then we'll go 4, UK. Bumbleclot.
Bumbleclot!
Then we'll go 5, musician.
Okay.
We'll go 6 and 7.
Who was 6? Okay. And then 7, Miss.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colorado, like that.
Okay. Cool. And then what about you?
Yeah, I'd say 1, 2, 3.
Holy shit, you got it. Okay, hold on. So
Yeah.
1 for her, okay?
Yeah, so 1,
Yep.
2, 3.
Who's 2? You gotta say.
Was it Dior?
Yeah.
Dior, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Stop. 3, redhead.
Okay. California.
4,
Okay. And who's 4? Okay.
5,
London?
yeah.
Okay.
6, and then 7.
Who was 6? Okay. Miss New Jersey.
Yeah.
And then 7 is Miss Dancer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ladies, now I'll go ahead and give you a shot to shoot back. Who is the least and the most desirable of the men on the panel, not counting me, of course, of these 4? Since you've been actually able to speak to them and engage in conversation.
Nigga, don't put me in there, nigga.
No, you wouldn't. No. Because you guys have been speaking with them and hearing them out and stuff like that. So, at least the most desirable. So you guys go ahead and get your get back. Now I'll start right here with Miss New Jersey.
Least desirable.
Yeah.
I would say
Off all the answers they've given so far. Okay. Why?
Yeah.
Why him? Why least desirable?
Only because he made that comment about he would be kind of the one to leave if it was like lack of sex or something. Like,
Okay. All right.
But yeah, that just makes sense. Like for every man, it's pretty like normal, I'd say.
I wouldn't. Honestly, I feel like some men would actually try to come to because they might be the problem.
But if I'm not getting sex for 3 to 4 weeks, I'd feel pretty
Damn it,
disrespected.
she's in the hospital.
No,
She
I
said
loved
3
it all.
weeks.
3 to 4 weeks is quite a long time.
She broke her
Unless
leg.
it's like a crisis, then it's like
I was gonna
but
say
if it's
because
3 to 4 weeks, that's quite a long
after you
time.
have a baby, you can't have sex for about 6 weeks. So you got to hold off a little
So you
bit.
go on after the kid?
There's some
Just have
exceptions
this-
like that, but if it's like nothing wrong, like 3 to 4 weeks, like I'm just gonna feel disrespected. So it's like,
You should definitely.
So because he said that he wouldn't want to wait around for a girl not and give him sex.
Yeah.
Is that why? Okay. And then who else? Who's next? Least desirable. After that.
I would say second, then third.
Okay. And then what about the?
I didn't. If he was counting.
No, you got it. You're counting. Yeah.
No,
you're counting
no,
all 4.
these 3. I'm not.
No, nigga, you dragged me out here for this shit. Now we're
They're not going to
I'll start all over.
No. So
I'll start all over. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, cool. Yes, these 4, ladies and gentlemen. So it's fine. What about you, Miss London? How would you rate them and tell us why?
Okay, I actually think that there's nothing wrong with any of you guys. I think that you guys all have very good attributes.
That was very nice. You guys should
So
say stuff like that.
I'm just gonna count from left to right, right to left. There's no order. You guys are all great. You all have very good things about you guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's nothing wrong. I don't
One more
have
time?
any criticism.
What was that?
No, 3.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Ladies, count it.
1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3.
She
I
wants to
don't
quiz you.
have any criticism towards any of you guys.
Bumbaclaw.
Bumbaclaw.
Cheese
Okay.
on bread.
Bun and
All right.
cheese.
What about you?
Bun and cheese.
That's right.
Okay, so I think like least desirable from
Yep.
like top to bottom.
Yeah.
First would probably be
Least desirable. And why? And then most desirable and why?
okay. Maybe least desirable you because you just seem a little bit too judgmental. I don't know.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Point, man. Point them out.
But at least you found somebody who loves you.
Okay.
And
And then most desirable. All 4. He's all 4.
All 3.
okay,
Oh,
so
so
you're
separate.
next, and then
Wait, who's most desirable?
no, not most. He's after him. Like he's like.
Oh,
we're
okay.
going-
You're counting from down.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, she wants
Okay.
to take her time with this.
Yeah, you're like cool. The most desirable will probably be you. He's third. He's in the middle. You because you're obviously a little more seasoned. So yeah, you've been in this dating game for a while. So
And you're married.
Yeah.
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah, that's really good.
Where's your ring?
That's
I didn't
really good.
see it. Where's your ring?
Yeah.
I got it.
See, that's not desirable.
In the back?
Where is it?
In that little pocket in
In
his
his
shirt.
coat pocket while he's at a table full of women.
Yeah, I don't see you.
not my
So you didn't forget.
See?
to forget
Never
about-
mind,
you
never
don't have
mind.
your
You're
ring on your
fine.
Never
finger.
mind.
All right. Let's go with Miss Flight Attendant. Go ahead. Least and most desirable.
Least would be you because you automatically assume that all the women at this table were promiscuous. So
So the guy next to the curly hair.
yeah, the dark hair.
Well, you know what? You got Chris to this too. Actually, now that I think about it, this nigga's been yapping in the back too.
Oh, he's the
You
last.
got him.
He's like
You got him, too.
first.
You got him too.
Hey, what's the man?
So yeah, you can add him as well. Sorry, ladies. If you want to add Chris to the list as the least desirable, feel free to add that because he's been getting a lot of
Yeah,
commentary
Chris
in
would
the
be
back.
next.
So you guys have your chance. Okay, go ahead. California. Yeah. So who's least desirable and why, and then work your way up.
Yeah, so him is number 4, and then Chris would be number 3.
Okay.
You would be 2.
I
and
ain't
you would
last
be
though,
1.
man.
Because you're the most emotionally intelligent, which I think a lot of women can appreciate in a masculine man.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
And very disciplined. That's very important for a man.
Except for the brain.
Can you define emotional intelligence real quick?
Define it?
Yeah.
Being fully in tune with not only your own emotions, but understanding others as well.
Wouldn't that be fair to say just empathy, maybe?
Intelligence around how you interact.
Being empathetic and being emotionally intelligent is quite different.
Okay.
The decisions you make based off those emotions.
Control.
Okay. Interesting.
You could be
I feel
empathetic
like you could give
and be a
anyone
crash
to
out.
Yeah, you could give.
Yeah.
I care so much, I'm fighting you.
Give me that definition one more time. So in tune with what?
In tune with not only your own emotions, but with others. I would say like be understanding of others. Bless you.
Ew.
Okay.
Thank you.
Interesting. All right. What about you? What your rating, top to bottom?
I guess like from.
And you can add Chris to it, and then Fresh as well, as much as he
Chris
does.
is absolutely last. Fresh is
Awesome.
absolutely second to last.
Show white niggas, man.
Yeah. Why are they at the?
I don't know. They ask you all these ignorant ass questions, and it's just like, what the hell? Like,
Oh, she triggered, man.
yeah.
See?
I don't like that. We like emotionally intelligent men who vibe and make women feel lovely, not talk shit and bring them down.
So you're not for you then?
Never.
We like gents.
Do you also define emotional intelligence the same way that she does?
Yeah, very similar. It's just about having, like, you know, the knowledge to decipher what the hell is going on with you, your emotions, your lover's emotions, your friend's emotions, and what's causing them to do whatever, and, you know, make the best decisions about it.
Interesting. Okay. And then you said Chris and Fresh were at the bottom, and then,
Hell
and then where do these guys rate?
He'll go, like, the other, like, last. Only because I haven't really heard enough from him to, like, really give an adequate opinion, yeah? Okay. I'll put this guy as number one because he's obviously the smartest and most, like, you know, and this guy, he's not bad. He just needs he's just young, so he's opinionated because he hasn't been around no real one yet.
What do you mean by a real one?
A real one. Somebody's gonna put you on to good and bad. You can be around a real
And
one
bad?
that's that. Like put you on,
so
like
drama
teach
or
you.
bad?
No, to educate you, my heart.
Okay.
On what
Just
though?
On what?
on life, like life isn't
just
not
life
black and white.
experience.
Life is not black and white. Life there won't be any.
She's saying life is not black and white, but then she had a problem with Fresh's and Chris's questions because they made her feel some type of way. Like if you was really mature, you would understand all perspective of questions, especially if it's a podcast, especially if there's statistics going on, right? That's like the main thing about why they bring you onto the show and ask you these certain questions, because they're looking for statistics. They're trying to get as many girls to answer the same questions. That's how statistics are made. So that's like the main purpose of what they're doing. So it's like you're trying to tell him that you don't know much about life because life is not just black and white, you know what I mean? But then you have a problem if your world is not all rainbows and sunshine. Then you got a problem. If it doesn't work in your favor, then you got a problem. It's funny.
Anything that's just like always perfect, you know?
What do you think you could teach me?
Well,
Talk your shit. You want to talk shit. These girls want to talk shit like they know all this and they're this and they're that, but they can't. And then they ask for proof. They ask reasonable questions and they can't provide answers.
She's saying is that life will teach you
nothing.
That's why I'm not judging you,
my job.
because life you will learn as you go through life.
Yeah, but he's asking, what is she gonna teach him?
She didn't say she was gonna.
No, she didn't say she was going to teach him anything. She said that someone will teach him because you will learn. You're young. You're 20. That's why I said
I rock with him. I'm on his side.
Circumstances
he's
will
making
teach
us
you.
take it back.
I'm just
Yeah.
Teach me about
So I guess you're speaking generally.
Well,
apparently.
emotional
Yeah,
intelligence.
very
at first.
genuine. Yeah,
The
I'm
first
just
thing.
his first comments were like very like about women, but he also gave a contradicting statement because he said he lived a wild life kind of before his girl, and he was with like all types of whores. So if you were around that environment, then don't go and shade those people now because you have a new person in your life, even though we aren't mirroring that. And like also, why does he think that women that it's just like a few things.
Because he knew whores were bad. So he stopped it.
See, he needs
And
help
also,
too.
who said they were whores?
He need help too. Somebody help.
So
Pray
what
for
did you say?
Chris.
Who said that they were whores?
No one.
No,
You
didn't.
did say that
I-
word.
Yeah, you didn't say those.
You said
You were fucking all the whore.
I never said I fucked whores.
You did. You said that you used to be taking the car
No,
around.
he said that he would bring the worst people to his. He would invite the worst people, like bad people, to his house. Nothing about whores.
Smoke weed. I had girlfriends. I was just doing stupid shit.
Out of curiosity, you were saying find a guy
yeah.
or a girl that can
Never
like
mind,
teach you
right.
something. Do you think, realistically speaking, women would be attracted to guys that they have to like teach things to, though?
I never said it would be attracted to him. He has this situation,
No,
but I
but
just said.
but you were saying like get a girl that will teach you something.
No, I
or
didn't
put you
tell
on.
him to get a girl like that. I just said
No,
that
you're
he'll
speaking in
become-
general. I know you're speaking in general.
Cause,
And I'm asking you in general. Do you think women find men attractive that learn from them?
but like life is not black and white. So just because someone has lack of knowledge in one area doesn't mean they're fucking stupid or they don't know things in another area. Like I know so many smart guys who just have like a little less street sense or common sense, but they're super book intelligent, and they just need to be around like certain people so that way they're not like going based off of what their mom and dad told them in their house, and their mom and dad grew up in church and has never been outside anywhere. Like it's just a way to be open-minded to other people in the world, because it's not just about you. Like we gotta coexist.
Okay, interesting. All right, what about you? What would
It's
you?
not just about you, but then he asked her, do you think women will respect men that learn from them? And she turned it all about her when he asked about men and women in general, and she keeps making everything about her.
Rate the guys.
My top spot would go to the emotionally intelligent one, the one in the middle. For sure.
Do you define emotional intelligence the same way the other girls defined it?
Very similar. Control, discipline,
Emotional
and
control?
the ability to express your opinion without coming from a judgmental standpoint. How dare you!
So say what's on your mind without hurting people's feelings.
Just having class with what you say. I disagree. Like you could disagree with someone while still understanding their perspective.
Yeah, right.
I
But would it be fair to say that the truth sometimes is offensive, and there's really no way to?
Absolutely. There's
sugarcoat
different
it?
ways to deliver. I could slap someone in the face. I can gently take something off their face. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple ways to deliver.
It's
something.
not what you say, it's how you say
That's
it.
not analogous whatsoever. But okay.
I'd rather be
Not
slapped by a
even.
genius than kissed by a fool.
Okay. Interesting.
Emotional intelligence.
I don't know.
Emotional intelligence.
Okay.
I'd rather not be boxed in my face.
What? We're talking about English.
That's actually not
You ladies
English.
do understand that the phrase you just gave, like, goes against what you're saying.
Explain that to me then.
What's
I'm
the
always
phrase?
open to learn.
You want to say it again for them? You want to say it again for them?
But that's not the phrase I was
Please
using.
listen closely,
Yeah,
ladies.
you'd rather be smacked by a genius than kissed by a fool. But, listen, it's how do you get truth to someone and them actually, you manipulate them for good, right? So the objective is someone sees what you're saying and changes. And sometimes if you come too hard at someone, they're going to be less likely to take your perspective and change, right? They're going to get more defensive.
Right.
So,
Yeah, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
I agree with that.
Shut up, bitch!
Okay. Right. So the context and way that basically the way the information is delivered is more important than the content of the information
What's
delivered.
going to resonate with me harder? Someone's like, you're a fucking slut. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Or someone's like, hey, the choices you're making, here's the impact of them. Educate me. Don't come at me.
Yeah, but you still might not change your ways though.
And either way, but everybody's different. And I think for me personally, I prefer a gentle approach.
Interesting. So for you guys, it seems like the majority here is the way the information is delivered is more important than the information that's delivered.
No, I don't agree. I don't.
I heard like 3 or 4 of you say it's the way you say it.
Yeah, well,
You
Okay,
still have
let's
to
do a
say
raise
what
of
you're
hands.
trying to say.
Who puts more importance on the way things are stated versus what is stated? Okay, 1, 2,
On
3.
Yeah, yeah.
The way
Okay.
the way things are stated.
Yeah, that matters too.
what is stated holds more of an impact than how it's said, but it changes how the person receives it. Because, for example, when it, when me and my when me and my man would argue, we would fight. All right, it's because I would disrespect him, but it's coming from a place of I'm hurt. He had done something to me that hurt my feelings, but instead of coming to him and sitting down and saying, hey babe, look, you did this to me and it really hurt me, I would attack him. I would get mad and I would go from 0 to 100 and then I would curse him out or whatever, and he wouldn't receive at all what I'm trying to say to him, how he hurt me. Instead, I hurt him and disrespected him, and that forced him to just say, hey, whoa, you're gonna talk to me like that? I am not, like, So instead of, it was like 2 negatives did not make a positive. 2 negatives made even more of a negative in that situation, you know what I mean? And then, so once we cooled down and we came back together, I would express to him in a different type of way, because what he had done to me still hurt me. That still needed to be expressed. He still did something to me, but he couldn't receive it the right way if I didn't communicate with him the right way, because the way I communicated with him initially disrespected him, and then he felt disrespected as a man, and he doesn't tolerate that, right? So what you have to say has more of an impact, but how you say it does matter, especially if you're speaking to a man. If you're speaking to someone who needs respect, or respect is valued, you know what I mean? How you say it really does matter, but how you say it does not come above what is being said.
Okay, well, who else? Oh, there's more of you than just 3, man. I heard a couple of y'all. Okay, interesting. Okay, what about you? You could go ahead and rate the 4 from top to bottom.
I actually appreciate his bluntness.
His?
Yes.
Okay.
I prefer someone to be blunt. I don't care if it hurts my feelings. That's what I need to hear. So
Is that why you left your ex? You said he was arrogant, right?
I don't want to get into that, but we're here now. So I actually put him first. I put him second. He would be third, and these 2 would be last because I don't really know much about you guys. So. Yeah.
Okay, you said you left your boyfriend because he was arrogant. What did he do for a living?
He was in real estate development.
Okay, so he's a multimillionaire?
I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention to his finances.
You're with him for a year and you don't have no idea how much
I
money
mean, we
he's
did like whatever we wanted, so I'm assuming he was established. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, to be in real estate development, you pretty much have to be a millionaire. So how old was he versus, you're 23, how old was he?
So I started talking to him around 20, and he was my first love to 21. So he was around 50. He was older, but he didn't look 50. He didn't look 50.
That's crazy.
I promise he didn't look 50.
That's mad. That's
He was 50.
Well, actually,
I prefer maturity and a man who
I'm not even mature.
She said, I don't think that's that crazy of an age gap, to be honest with y'all.
35 years. I think a 40-year gap is okay.
I don't think that's
the grandchildren her age.
Let me ask you that. So you left him. You said he was too.
Where did you find him in the old people?
He was too arrogant. You said he was too arrogant.
You're like, what did he do?
Yeah, what did he do in particular? Yeah.
So obviously, pretty women get a lot of attention. You guys know this, and guys come up to them and give them compliments. So I had a lot of instances where he would go off on people in public, or just be rude to like waiters and waitresses. Like when we go out to eat, they'll say, hi, how are you guys doing? And he'll just say his first, last name, checking in, just very rude. And I personally, I feel like people should, I understand the whole masculine role and everything like that, but I don't think that someone should.
So hold on, which one is it? Is it he was rude to service people, or service, industry people? Or was he rude to people that were trying to make a pass at you?
Both.
Okay, which is the one that pissed you off more?
Both.
He didn't treat the janitor like he treated the CEO.
He was just disrespectful.
Oh my God.
I don't want to say nothing, huh?
Yeah, okay.
So that's why you left him, because he was rude to the waiter.
Alright. That's the last of that episode. I'm gonna continue and make another a part 3. This is part 2. Gonna continue this video and make a part 3, so stay tuned for that. If you like the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, comment if you feel necessary, and yeah, stay tuned into to part 3. Till then, see you later.